So this is part 3 of the series, and this is the video um, to answer the question from the forums and what prompted me creating this series. So the question was, what do you do if you want to have just video interstitials or just static interstitials? And that's one of the use cases for this. And then at the end, if I have time, I'll show you the other use case. So first we go into Appodeal. And again, as before, we're working on the Generada for Android. It's an app that I haven't finished. You see it says that it can't find it in the store. So I would only get 2,000 ads. And then I'm going to go into placement. And I created a placement called static only. And I'm going to show you what the default looks like after I make my changes. So I add impression interval, and I say every minute, and the banner every 30 seconds, and I disable a whole bunch of ad types here that I'm not using. Rewarded radio native disable. And for the sake of this, I'm going also disable static interstitial. I'm going to click on update placement. And I also usually add a setting, and I add interstitial type, and I say this is only going to be video. I don't know if both of them are required, but I always do it. So if you want, you could run test and let me know. And then I created another placement called static only. And if you see here, interstitial, I say static interstitial. And disabled, the only thing I have enabled is static. And then I have impression of 30 seconds. This doesn't matter because the banners are turned off. And then I make sure that the default I made it video, because now I'm a little confused whether I did or not. Every minute, and yep, it's just video and banner ads and video. Okay. So let's go back to our code. Let me unlock my... The other thing I did here is that I disabled auto cache ad type interstation and rewarded video, since I'm the one who's going to load the particular video, the particular ad. So the first thing I want to do is that I want to, in the load here, I want to say placement, and I think I named it static only. And I don't think this is documented, but it's always worked. But it might be documented somewhere. So I'm just loading the static only. And then I'm going to remove, I'm going to create a timer. Instead of doing it this way, I'm just going to create a timer. So I just want to give it enough time to load. Timer perform with delay. And the delay, I'm going to make it 30 seconds. Add listener. And I'm just going to let it do it once. And then I'm going to do... I don't even know how to say listener, so add lister it is. And then I'm going to check to see if I can show it. And I think it's can show, but if we run into problems, and the second parameter is, static only. Then Appodeal.show, and we're going to do interstitial. Okay, so we're only going to show the ads for static only. Okay. The only thing I want to do then is, because I want to, if it closes, not only do I want to show the banner, but since I've disabled auto cache, I need to load another version of the static only. And I'm going to delete this because we don't really need it. But we do need the fact that we're going to have to hide the banner here when the timer. And we do banner. Okay, so this all should work. I mean, I haven't tested this, so let me put a print here just to make sure that we get the timer. Timer expired. Okay, and we're gonna save it. And let me clear this. And hopefully I didn't have any typo mistakes or anywhere. And let me unlock that device. And of course I showed the banner. So now all we're waiting for is the timer. Should be 30 seconds. And if everything worked okay, we should see a static, you see it loaded here, interstitial. Sadly, it doesn't tell you what loaded. I wish that was added to the, and there's the static interstitial. You see timer expired, and we show the static. Okay, I'm going to close it. And there's the banner ad. Okay, so the other thing that we did do is that we configured it so that the default one is just video. So what I'm going to do here is, I think if I make the timer 2, it's going to run twice. And the second time I load it, I'm not going to specify a placement. So what will happen is that the second time it's going to, I guess I'm going to have to need something like a boolean here. I'm just thinking on top of my head, so this is probably not the best way to do this, but showed static equals false. And I'm going to showed static equal true. And show static equal false equal false. Else, I'm just going to show, the regular interstitial. Okay. And to show just the default placement, all I have to do, so here's how should this work, right? I have a 2 here, so it should run twice. the first time it runs, this is going to be false, so it's going to go here and show static only. When we close that static only, I'm going to load the default here. So when the timer runs the second time, it's going to go in here. This will be true because we set it true the first time, and then we're just going to show the default interstitial, which should be a video. Again, I haven't tested this, so let's see how far we get. Let me unlock my machine again. There goes the banner. Let's look at the console log. Now we're waiting for the timer. And there's the static. I'm going to close it. The banner is back up. Now we're waiting for the second timer, and hopefully it'll be a video. It sometimes takes the Appodeal control panel a little time, so to update its records to show up on the app. But since we did it at the beginning of this video, I'm hoping that's enough time so that we only get a video this time. And to me, that one doesn't look like a video. It looks like one of those animated GIFs. But we'll find out as soon as we do the first close if, oh, might be a video. Yeah, so this one's considered a video. It usually has an end card. So there you go.